Well, welcome to Conversations in Nature. You're with me, Yvonne Bignell.
And me, Emily Malik.
Woohoo! And look at this gorgeousness we are blessed with. Well, the question that we're going to look at today is, here we are, this is 2020, and life has pretty much changed as we know it. And the question is what role is nature likely to play in this new way of life?
What are your initial thoughts on that, Yvonne?
Well, I think for me, as I go back and I look at lockdown, the first lockdown, one of the things that I noticed were more people were going out and going out into the countryside and going out as families. And that for me was just beautiful to see, because it had been a really long time since I'd seen mums and dads with teenagers as well as toddlers going out together. So for me, I think if we can maintain some of that and remember the beauty of the things that we had in those moments, and we start to bring that forward, perhaps we will start to be more deliberate about creating those pockets of time to be together as families or friends, and to go out and really be in nature and enjoy it.
There's something about the leaf light, and when you see small children playing in the stream, and all generations there, and just nothing else needed.
Yes.
Really nothing else needed. It's just absolute perfection and heaven. It makes you think, why isn't this happening all the time, all year round, every year? But this year it did happen, and it, not without its problems. And some places there are beauty spots and that are normally quite quiet suddenly became inundated, and all those adjustments we have to take time to get used to, and still I also believe that it's been a habit forming length of time that people can they can draw back on. Yes, actually this is something we do. We go out as a family or in small groups or with friends, and the thing we do is just go out.
Yeah. And I don't think there's been one person that I've spoken to who, having done it, has said, and it just felt so good. It was that realisation that actually some of the things that we need the most are the things that we bypass because we get so busy. And actually just a simple walk can change our perspective in so many ways.
Absolutely. So often we forget the beauty of simplicity. It's so profound. And I think there's been a huge shift in terms of planning and the placing of sort of financial worth on the natural environment in this time, because particularly it did show inequalities and access to green space really had strong impact on people's well-being during COVID, and obviously their ability to recover from viruses such as this. So I really look forward to seeing the investment in green spaces and investment in engagement, and then the knock-on effect of people being more willing, and then there's more opportunity and there's more investment in the space.
Yes.
And those three things coming together, meaning that we just culturally shift towards being more focused on the possibilities of our outdoor selves.
Yeah, definitely. And I always see it as kind of coming back to ourselves, because as a child I know how much time I spent outdoors, and then of course got into adulthood, off to work and everything else was happening. I have purposefully brought myself back to it, but have also felt very pulled towards it, and so I am hoping that out of 2020 comes this realisation that this is always here for us. It always greets us, it always welcomes us, and hopefully we can make the most of that.
I think in the past there's been very little to, nature's not shouting for itself, it's not marketing itself. But almost now that is happening, because so many, it's so much more in people's conversations and social media and everything, and then it's just the actual physical change. You can talk about it and post pictures on social media, but that's not the same as making space in your life to do it regularly.
To actually do it, yeah. And also, just to touch on that, because you mentioned, you may be in a place where actually green spaces are not all around. And we're very blessed and very fortunate here in Somerset. But it's about perhaps making the most of the ones that are available and perhaps creating some of your own.
Absolutely, yeah.